Welcome to the Smart Siesta. For the next 25 minutes, allow yourself to rest in possibility, in potential, in the truth that you are always becoming. Episode 5, Neuroplasticity, your ever-changing brain. Today we explore one of neuroscience's most hopeful discoveries. Your brain is not fixed, not permanent. It changes with every experience, with every thought, with every moment of rest. This changeability is called neuroplasticity, and it means you are never stuck. For much of history, scientists believed the adult brain was unchangeable, that you were born with a certain number of neurons and they only decreased with age, that the brain you had at 20 was essentially the brain you'd have at 70. This belief was taught in medical schools, written in textbooks, considered scientific fact. The adult brain was seen as hardwired, fixed, like a machine that could only deteriorate. This was comforting in its simplicity, but it was wrong. The turning point came in the 1960s and 70s. Researchers began finding evidence that contradicted this dogma. Studies showed that animals, even adults, could grow new neurons, that the brain could reorganize after injury. We now know the brain remains plastic, remarkably changeable throughout life. Neurons can form new connections. Existing pathways can strengthen or weaken. Brain regions can even take over functions from damaged areas. London taxi drivers, who must memorize the entire city, show enlarged hippocampi. The region responsible for spatial navigation has physically grown. Musicians who practice for years show expansion in auditory and motor regions. This is neuroplasticity, your brain's fundamental ability to reorganize itself, to adapt, to learn, to heal at any age, in any circumstance. The brain you have now will not be the brain you have a month from now. You are constantly reshaping it. Every experience changes you. Every conversation, every thought, every emotion, every moment of rest, all of it leaves a trace, alters the structure of your brain. There's a phrase in neuroscience that captures the essence of neuroplasticity. Neurons that fire together, wire together. This phrase comes from Donald Hebb, a Canadian psychologist who proposed this principle in 1949. Hebbian learning, as it's called, is fundamental to understanding how the brain changes. When you repeat a thought, a behavior, a response, the neurons involved become more connected. The pathway between them grows stronger, more efficient, more automatic. At the synaptic level, this involves physical changes. The synapse, the connection point between neurons, grows. New receptors appear. More neurotransmitters are released. The signal becomes stronger. This is how skills become second nature, how a piano player's fingers know where to go, how language becomes fluent, how habits form. Through repetition, neural pathways deepen, like water carving a riverbed. The river metaphor is apt. The first time water flows across land, it follows the easiest path. But each time it flows, it carves a little deeper. Eventually, a clear channel forms. The water automatically follows that path. But the opposite is also true. Pathways that aren't used weaken, connections fade, neurons that fire apart wire apart. This is called synaptic pruning, and it's not loss, it's efficiency. Your brain cannot maintain every connection. It would require too much energy, too many resources. So, your brain prunes the unused to make room for what matters now, what you're learning now, who you're becoming now. Children's brains prune extensively. They're born with more synapses than they'll ever need. As they grow, the unused connections are pruned. What remains is a more efficient network, shaped by experience. But pruning continues throughout life. Use it or lose it is literally true for neural connections. This is why skills fade without practice, why languages are forgotten. The pathways, without use, weaken. Neuroplasticity doesn't only happen during active learning. Some of the most important rewiring occurs during rest, during sleep, during quiet moments, like this one. When you learn something new, the initial encoding is fragile, temporary. The neural connections exist, but they're weak, vulnerable to being overwritten. During rest, particularly during those light stages of sleep, your brain replays the neural patterns, strengthens the connections, transfers the learning from temporary storage to permanent networks. This is called systems consolidation. The hippocampus plays back the patterns. The cortex gradually takes over storing them. The memory becomes cortical, permanent. This is why rest after learning is so powerful. You're giving your brain the time it needs to actually change, to solidify the new pathways, to make the learning part of you. Right now, as you rest, whatever you've learned today, whatever you've experienced, is being woven into the fabric of your brain. The sleep spindles we discussed in episode 1 play a crucial role. They coordinate the transfer of information. They strengthen synapses. They facilitate neuroplastic change. Neuroplasticity is powerful, but it's not unlimited. Some changes come easily, others require sustained effort, and some aspects of your brain are more plastic than others. Childhood and adolescence are periods of heightened plasticity. The young brain is extraordinarily flexible. It absorbs language effortlessly, learns skills quickly, adapts rapidly to new environments. There are critical periods, windows of time, when certain types of learning happen most easily. Language acquisition, musical training. These are easier when young. The brain is more plastic during these windows. But this doesn't mean adult brains are rigid. They simply change differently, more slowly, more deliberately. Adult neuroplasticity is possible, but it requires more effort, more repetition, more focused attention. The brain is still capable of change, but the change requires more work. And this slower pace has wisdom in it. Your adult brain has accumulated years of learning. It shouldn't abandon that easily. The stability of your neural networks is what allows you to be consistently you. Imagine if your brain changed as easily in adulthood as in childhood. You would be unstable. Your identity would shift constantly. Your skills would be unreliable. Stability is valuable. But within this stability, change remains possible. New languages can be learned, new skills acquired, old patterns can be redirected. It simply requires patience, repetition, and crucially, rest. The freedom of neuroplasticity is not that you can change instantly, it's that you can change at all. Many people believe they can't change, that they're too old, too set in their ways, but this is false. The brain retains plasticity throughout life. The capacity for change never disappears. Certain conditions make your brain more plastic, more ready to change. Understanding these is understanding how to work with your brain's nature. Novelty promotes plasticity. New experiences, new environments, new challenges signal your brain that adaptation is needed. This is why travel changes you, why learning something unfamiliar feels so activating. When you encounter novelty, your brain releases neuromodulators like dopamine and norepinephrine. These chemicals enhance plasticity. They signal, pay attention. This is important. Learn this. Routine, by contrast, reduces plasticity. When everything is familiar, your brain coasts. It uses existing pathways. It doesn't build new ones. Attention promotes plasticity. What you focus on shapes your brain. This is not metaphor, it's biology. The circuits you actively engage are the circuits that strengthen. Where attention goes, structure follows. This is why mindless practice doesn't work. You must pay attention, must be present, must focus on what you're learning. Otherwise, the neuroplastic changes don't occur. Movement promotes plasticity. Physical exercise increases factors in the brain that support new connections. It's not just your muscles that grow stronger with movement. Your neurons do too. Exercise increases BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This is like fertilizer for your brain. It promotes the growth of new neurons, the formation of new synapses, the strengthening of existing connections. And rest. Rest promotes plasticity. In the quiet moments, the connections solidify, the learning integrates, the change becomes real. Sleep is when most neuroplastic consolidation happens. The patterns played back, the connections strengthened, the new pathways becoming established. Perhaps the most beautiful aspect of neuroplasticity is what it means for being human. It means you are not trapped by your past, by old wounds, by outdated patterns. The anxiety you feel is shaped by neural pathways, but those pathways can change. The habits you want to break are wired in your brain, but wiring can be rewired. Trauma leaves traces in the brain, but these traces are not permanent. They can be modified, weakened. New pathways can be built. This is the hope of trauma therapy, of healing. This doesn't mean change is easy. Neural pathways, especially old, well-worn ones, have momentum. They're deeply carved. Like canyons, water flows easily down the established path. Creating new pathways is like cutting a new path through forest. It takes effort, repetition, time, but momentum is not destiny. With awareness, with intention, with patience, the direction can shift. Every moment, you are choosing, not necessarily consciously, but through what you practice, what you repeat, what you give attention to. These choices accumulate into structure. The smart siesta is practicing something: rest, learning, self-care, and with each practice, you're strengthening those pathways, making that version of yourself more automatic, more natural, more you. You're building a pathway toward valuing rest, toward prioritizing learning, toward caring for yourself, and with repetition, this pathway deepens, becomes easier to follow. As we near the end of this exploration, rest in this knowing. Your brain is not a monument, it's a river, always flowing, always changing, shaped by and shaping your experience. Every thought you think, every action you take, every moment you rest is participating in your brain's ongoing transformation. You are always becoming. This is not burden, it's liberation. You are not defined by who you were yesterday, or last year, or in childhood. Those experiences shaped you, but they do not imprison you. Your past is in you, but it doesn't determine you. You can acknowledge where you've been and still choose where you're going. Neuroplasticity means there is always the possibility of change, of growth, of healing, of becoming more truly yourself. Thank you for resting in this truth, for trusting your brain's remarkable capacity to change. Your smart siesta is complete. As you return, notice that you are not exactly who you were 25 minutes ago. You have changed subtly, physically. Your brain has rewired. The neural connections have been modified, some strengthened, others weakened. You are, in a very real sense, a different person, changed by this experience. We'll be here for your continued transformation until your next smart siesta.